Hello viewers, on the eve of 2024 parliamentary election in India, I would like to draw your attention towards the Indian economic and political scenario, which always favored quantity leaders at the cost of quality leaders. On the eve of retirement of one of the famous economist and ex-Prime Minister of India, Dr. Manmohan Singh, who is who has retired on Tuesday, I would like to say that he is the best and the good economist, which has been praised by the IMF as well as World Bank earlier. His contributions are a lot. But in India, on the other hand, on political side, when we pay attention that the one of the scholars most popularly known as P.V. Narasimha Rao, the ex-Prime Minister of India, who has become a scholar in different languages, has provided a good, inclusive political thinking for Indian politics. But the Narasimha Rao, ex-Prime Minister Narasimha Rao, as well as the famous economist Dr. Manmohan Singh has been rejected by the then government in power. The Congress government has rejected and ostracized P.V. Narasimha Rao because his great contribution, unparalleled contribution in political field, he has presented a good inclusive vision of Gandhian philosophy where he has very skillfully sorted out the long pending demand of Ram temple. If his skillful mind and the progressive mind, inclusive nationalist policies could not come on the fore at that time, then Ram temple issue, who has become a long-awaited issue for Indian political system, cannot be solved. He is the pioneering and the leading figure and the founding father of not only inclusive politics, where he has brought and he has searched one of the best economists of India, Dr. Manmohan Singh, during his premiership. And he has very shrewdly and skillfully sorted out the Ram temple issue, where his contribution cannot be sorted out, cannot be rejected. But the Congress government has ostracized him and made victim of the inclusive Indian political system. While on the other hand, the present government, BJP government, has ostracized the famous economist who has been praised by the IMF as well as World Bank that he is the great economist, Prime Minister of India, who has provided the highest level of GDP growth rate up till now, and that has remained above to 9% during his premiership. Dr. Manmohan Singh has become a great achiever in the field of economics, and his as economist prime minister, his role cannot be denied. He cannot be rejected. But the present government has rejected him because the present government cannot be able to compete on the economic field. Whatever economic achievement he has projected, he has presented, he has provided to the Indian economy, he is truly a quality economist, ex-PM of India. While on the other hand, P.V. Narasimha Rao, the great scholar of different languages, has brought down and sorted out the Indian political problem, and that was the Ram temple. He has become suitable for the Modi government, so he has been provided Bharat Ratna, while the another economist PM Dr. Manmohan Singh has been rejected by this government because this government cannot be able to compete in the economic field like a quality man, Dr. Manmohan Singh. This is the difference between Congress party and well as BJP government. Both are victim ostracizing ostracizing the supply, the quality men who have provided a better and better picture before the global community. One has very shrewdly has provided his political, inclusive, nationalist, tolerant, Gandhian ideology and philosophy without taking asylum of hatred and violence, while another Prime Minister, economist Prime Minister of India has been warm welcomed globally out of his economic achievement and provided a greater economic reforms and shown a greater path for the future generation in India, that India can progress by taking all people, all persons in confidence without any providing hatred as well as violence, the economic achievement, the highest one. So both these quality leaders, one in the field of politics, another in the field of economics, had been ostracized, one by Congress government because he was a Congress Prime Minister, and there the Congress party cannot be able to find out the solution of Ram temple issue, where Narasimha Rao has very shrewdly, skillfully, by taking confidence almost all political party into his political thinking and solved the Ram temple issue, because if his thinking and his vision towards the Ram temple has not been solved out, then it has remained a greater political issue for Indian politicians. Here he had certainly was influenced under the Adi Shankaracharya of South. So South as well as North India divide has been very shrewdly Narasimha Rao has bridged without any creating any hatred among on the level of caste, on the level of religion. But the present political scenario where casteist politician as well as Hindu militarist aggressive politics is ruling the Indian politics, where casteist politicians in North India as well as religionist policies in North India are not able to compete the South Indian states because they are in a technology better advanced than the North Indian states. Their GDP growth rate, state GDP growth rate is higher than the North Indian states. That's why the South Indian states are still feeling aggrieved. Why the discrimination? They think they are being provided by the present regime, where northern states are getting better financial gain in present scenario. But the North India is always influenced by religion as well as caste, because they are far behind to the South Indian states in the matter of technological development, technological adoption. That's why there is a great divide between South Indian politics and North Indian politics. But the great scholar of different languages, the then Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao, has very shrewdly solved the Ram temple issue as well as bridged a gap between South Indian states and North Indian states. He was a great political achiever in the Indian politics, while on the other hand, the Indian economy was floundering in the Hindu rate of growth, where Hindu rate of growth means that GDP growth rate has always remained or revolving around 4%, while the economist Prime Minister of India, Dr. Manmohan Singh, has brought it at the highest level of GDP, above to 9%. But this government, Modi government particularly, could not become able to surpass that GDP growth rate. So out of or to hide their economic failure, the Modi government has ostracized and could not provide Bharat Ratna to the economist Prime Minister, who was a greatest achiever in the field of economics in India political scenario, where not only in India, but he has been recognized beyond India. And the same time, P.V. Narasimha Rao, not only India, but beyond India, has been recognized for his scholars, as well as his political shrewdness, political skill all over. But one has been ostracized by Congress government, while other has been ostracized because of this government could not become able to achieve across that level of GDP growth rate. In this situation, it becomes clear that in Indian situation, the supply, the quality leader may bring a better future for Indian politics as well as economics. But quality leaders never try to tolerate such type of leaders in the field of economics, in the field of politics, because both achievements are or have remained the highest one in the field of politics by Narasimha Rao, in the field of economics by Manmohan Singh. This is the scenario. So, in this situation, we want to suggest for the Indian electorates, Indian voters, that you should judge whether you need your better life, better inclusive political life, where there is no tension on the basis of caste, on the basis of their religion. There must be inclusive politics for all, for the betterment of future political situation in India, and on the other hand, there is a need of an economist like Dr. Manmohan Singh, and his achievements should also be appraised by this government. But this government, out of his economic failures, could not become to appreciate the achievements of Dr. Manmohan Singh. That's why he has been rejected to provide a Bharat Ratna, while P.V. Narasimha Rao has got. This is a political rift where this government is trying to get advantage of the north politicians, north northern states, where there is a divide between southern states as well as northern states in the matter of GDP growth rate, in the matter of capital and financial redistribution, which has been often raised by southern states. But there is also need of thinking that the northern states are underdeveloped, so there is also a need of upliftment for better financial provision for the northern states. But our politicians, who is trying to bring a rift between southern states as well as northern states, but in the midst of these, our electorates, our voters should think for their interest which one is better, whether inclusive nationalist politics or whether a militant aggressive politics, whether aggressive casteism, aggressive casteism, or militant aggressive religionist policies. But India, which favors inclusiveness, where each and every caste, irrespective of religion, irrespective of other discrimination, inequality, wants to live together without any hatred in the name of religion, in the name of caste. So it becomes a duty of our electorate and voters to think and to ponder over it seriously. This is my thinking before our electorates on the eve of 2024 parliamentary election. This is my appeal to our electorate and voters on the eve of 2024 parliamentary election in India. So we should be cautious enough that we are brothers. So we should not come forward to make a rift between or in the name of caste and religion. After all, we are residing in India. We are Indians. We should try to prosper India for the future generation, for the upliftment of future generation. So there is a need of cohesive thinking rather than divisive thinking. This is my way of presentation before you, which I have presented before you. Thanks, a lot of thanks to my electorates and voters as well as politicians. They should also ponder over the future generation, for the prosperity of future generation, so that India may become one of the best nation on global scenario. Thanks, a lot of thanks to you.